Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you clicked on this video because what we are going to talk about today is one of the best things that happened to me. In fact, it was the best thing that happened to me. So I'm super excited to be sharing this with you guys. But before we go into details, let's play a quick game. Don't worry, don't worry. It's a very popular one, okay? It's called Would You Rather. So, would you rather have more time or more money? Would you rather eat 5 bananas or 1 apple a day? Would you rather be with this guy or that guy? I'm sure you're wondering why we are playing this game and how does it relate to our title, right? Please stay with me on this, okay? What I'm driving at is the fact that it doesn't matter what your answer was or why you chose your answer. What's important is the fact that it took you a few seconds to make a choice, right? You were confused on what to choose, or maybe you weren't prepared, or you didn't have enough time to quickly think. Like you just thought about your answer for a split second, right? Exactly. That is my point. Well, I'm guessing that's the case for you. Or let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you experience during the game? As I often say that, our entire life journey is a decision-making process, right? Choices. And choices can shape our lives. It can really determine the direction our life goes, right? And that's why it was difficult for you to make a choice. You didn't want to make a bad choice. You want to make a good decision, right? With that game. But the truth is that sometimes some decisions are neither good or bad choice. It's not a matter of whether this thing is good or it's bad. It's mostly about what is best for you at that time. Now, no matter how many goals you set for 2021 or for the next phase of your life, no matter how beautiful your vision board is, if the foundation, if it's based on a wrong choice, like if the foundation is not really solid, you're likely to spend the best parts of the year wasting your effort. Like you just be going round and round and making mistakes. That's why the key ingredient to making the best decision for you for the next year, for the next phase, is clarity. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of this video. This is the best thing that happened to me in my entire life. The moment I started to get clarity on the direction I wanted my life to go, like I started to get a clear picture of where I want to be, what I want to do with my life, like what God has designed for me, things just took a different turn. Like my life and it started to make meaning to me and, well, to the people around me, if I do say so myself. Now, what is very interesting is the fact that, clarity means that, something is very clear. It is obvious. It's transparent. You have a focused and a clear state of mind. Your mind isn't clouded with indecision, with worry, with confusion and all of that. So you are very clear on what you want. Now, this is very interesting because no one can predict the future. Like, nobody knows tomorrow. No matter how clear you were about your 2020 goals, no matter how much I was, really clear about what I wanted or the direction I wanted my life to go 2020, I didn't see the future. I didn't predict the pandemic. So no matter how clear you are about things, about what you want, you can't predict tomorrow. Now, does that mean that we shouldn't get clarity and just live life one day at a time? Or do we get clarity for our lives and crumble if things don't work according to plan? So let me just share a personal story with you guys that will really explain or answer this question from my own perspective. So I remember after my NYSC, like the period I was waiting to get a job after graduation and serving my country, I remember my friends and I, we submitted our CV to this recruiting agency. And in that agency, they would call you, they will interview you. Sometimes they have a job already, sometimes they don't have a job. So they just call you for interview so that they know your skills and they're able to match up your own skills with any job offer that they have. So on that particular day, the three of us went, the three of us went, and I remember that one of my friends got a job after that interview. She got a sales rep job, and then we were just all talking about the interview. The other friend said that, oh, she didn't say anything about coming to get a job the following day or something, but she did say that whenever she gets a job that matches her description, that matches what she wanted, because she was very clear that she wanted an accounting job. She wanted a job that relates to accounting, because what she wanted to be was an accountant. She wanted to do something related to accounting. So if they have a job that, you know, matches that skill. And from the interview, the lady even told her that, you're really going to make a very good accountant, that once they get a job that is in that line, anything close to that, she's going to be the first person they are going to call. No, just praising her and all of that. And I remember for me, it wasn't like that. It wasn't the case for me. Like, in fact, you know when you already know that this interview did not go well, like you already know that they're not going to call you, like you just did not do well. That was the vibe that I had. And the lady didn't say anything. In fact, she was just like, okay, all right, we'll get back to you. Something like that. When she asked me a question, I'll just say, like, I was just giving her this vibe that any job you have, just give me. Anything, I'm available. I can do anything. Something like that. And she was like, oh, okay. And she'll ask questions relating to this. I will answer her. But the general vibe I gave her was that any job is okay for me. The girl was hustling. The girl needed a job, right? Now, one thing I learned from that experience is the fact that when everything is a priority for you, nothing actually is, okay? And it's that incident stuck with me, and it was just there. But I never really processed it. I didn't really think about it to understand that it was the fact that I wasn't clear. And let me tell you guys, shortly after this interview, my friend got a job in an accounting firm. Like, it was not only me. It was only me that didn't get a job for a very long time. In fact, I didn't get a job till I left Nigeria. Okay? So what I'm saying in essence is that having clarity even before you set your goals helps you. Clarity makes you happy and relaxed. If I'm unclear about what I want in my relationships, I will not create the kind of relationship I desire, like I deserve. If I'm unclear about how I want to use my free time, what I want to do with my free time, I will not create the time and the opportunity to enjoy myself, right? So having clarity helps you to live a very intentional life, to live a happy and a relaxed life. Getting clarity also helps you to act on your life, like to own your life, to actually do things that you want to do. Like I said in my previous video, that if you don't act, somebody else will act on you. And I think that, you know, the pandemic affected people who didn't have a plan, who didn't even have goals for 2020. It affected them in a bad way, like in a terrible way. They just had to wait. Right? They just had to wait because they didn't even have a plan in the first place. They were living in the moment. They live one day at a time. So now there's a pandemic. All they have to do is to wait for the pandemic to be over. So the pandemic will definitely act upon them, right? But for somebody who is clear, who had goals, it's something that you just be like, okay, what's the end goal for these plans that I have? What was I trying to achieve with this? Okay, I can do it in another way. And you switch to plan B, right? But saying that you just want to live one day at a time, it just helps you to be stressed out, and it makes people or situations to act on you. Another thing that clarity does is that clarity helps you to be in control, to actually be in charge of your life, right? You know, there are some times that I look at my life and I'm like, how did I get here? And it's not just in a positive way, like in a positive and in a negative dimension. It can work both ways. Like I look at myself and I'm like, how did I get here? Like, how did I achieve this much success within this period of time? And I'm also like, when things don't work the way I want, and I'm like, how did I mess up like this? How did things get so bad to this point? Like, what was I doing? What was happening? What was I looking at? You know? But when you are clear about how you got to that point of your life, when you are clear about the steps you are taking to get to where you want to be, it helps you to repurpose that principle. It helps you to repurpose that thing that you were doing that got you to that point. So when you get to a particular time in your life that you're stuck, you're able to apply those principles again to your life. I would definitely recommend that it's better off to get clarity before you start setting goals. It is better off to get clarity and not just live each day at a time. All right. So the next question will now be, how do I get clarity for my life? So don't forget to click on the subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss an upload from me. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Even if you're not new here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, okay?